Gabriel and Wade Barrett. The one thing that I really liked in this match, Wade Barrett had Justin Gabriel in a sitting position abdominal stretch, which looks a lot more awkward than the standard abdominal stretch. You know, I know there's some people that put it on great and whatever, but this was a little bit of a different thing. I still don't know how I feel about Barrett's new finisher. Gabriel got a great DDT in at one point, and a springboard moonsault, which is, you know, beautiful in and of itself. Great match. We knew Barrett being the one coming back that he was going to get the win, and he was going to be trying to put over that new sort of spinning shot to the face. But I thought great outing by both guys. Nice to see Gabriel on Raw. We got the "We Want Nexus" chants throughout the whole match. It really sort of brought into focus, I mean, at least for me, think back to the Nexus, and think back to where they all are now. Because as a group, they failed, and as individuals, they've all sort of found their niche. Wade Barrett just came back. He was feuding with Orton before he left. You know, Skip Sheffield became Ryback, and we see where he is now. Slater's a jobber, but he's a jobber that people still have fun with, which is great. Gabriel is a high flyer that we don't see very much on TV, but when we do, we take notice, and he might be involved in the tag team title picture soon. Otunga has his backstage character, and there's some other guy, I can't really think of his name. I think he won some kind of belt and then lost it in 18 seconds. What's his name? Daniel Bryan, in all seriousness, is the key example of what I'm trying to say here. Like, for a group that came in and we thought they were going to be great, and then we all got on their asses because they basically, as a group, fell on their ass. Except for, like, Michael Tarver and a couple of people that had to sort of backtrack to the FCW NXT areas, like the McGillicuddies and the Bray Wyatts and stuff like that. They've all found a spot. They all scattered and found a spot. So good for them, is my thought.
It was interesting to see this match between Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel. First off, I love the fact that we got two fresh faces on Raw, which is always a good thing to have. Justin Gabriel getting a spot on Raw and actually having a back and forth match between Wade Barrett. That surprised me, because I saw this match when it first came on and I thought squash match. No, we didn't get that. We got a competitive match between Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel. Both of them got a chance to shine. And the "We Want Nexus" chance caught me off guard so much. Because, you know, like you just said, it's a testament to the impact it had in 2010. Because I like to talk about this for a second. We go back and we think about the night, the Raw, that the Nexus debuted on. From where I remember, that Raw wasn't very good. But people still remember that night because of the ending. And that night, if anything else, shows you how important endings matter. How important and how strong an ending can affect the show, can make it very good or make it shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the fact that we got We Want Nexus chance is a testament to how much of an impact that group had on the business at the time, so they should be proud of themselves. Wade Barrett beats Justin Gabriel in a competitive match. I'm very interested to see what Wade Barrett product is all about. They didn't do it this SmackDown. I thought that was disappointing, because it was all like he advertised it for this SmackDown, and it didn't happen, which was like,
I think his product is just what he does in the ring. It's like, okay, if you want to see what my product is, here's my product, I'll kick your ass. There's people speculating that he's going to be like a Hitman character, like Thug for Hire type thing, and I really hope
like the APA?
Yeah, kinda. But like in obviously in heel mode. But I don't want that, because if he's going to be hired by somebody else, he's never going to be his own man, which is what we wanted him to get away from the factions because of.
Right.
And I mean, if he's answering to somebody else, then he's never going to get himself into a world title picture. I'm not trying to shove the rocket up his ass, but I'm saying if you want to get in any kind of title picture, you can't be somebody else's lackey. I mean, I'm sorry, Ricardo Rodriguez isn't going to be the U.S. champion anytime soon. Maybe when he was beating up Santino, but that's another story altogether.
Right, I mean, when you think about it, that whole little idea of him being a hitman, like, if you assign him to beat up somebody, he'll do it. I guess it's like a good sub-storyline for him at the moment. But long-term wise, no, it can't last very long if you want him to be a world champion. Or at least get in the main event scene, at least. Wade Barrett needs to do something a little bit more different. If we're looking for something different for Wade Barrett, I mean, we can actually make this into a topic right now. What would you do to Wade Barrett to help advance him to that main event scene? What do you think needs to be done? Would you change his character? Would you change his outfits? Would you change anything about him?
I wouldn't change who he was.
Right.
I think that's what they try to do a little too quickly. It's like, we're going to give you a completely new identity. Have him just be Wade Barrett, but have him have this revelation or whatever that, you know, he wants to be tough and da-da-da. You remember WCW when they established Raven's rules.
Right.
Where basically anybody that fought Raven, it was automatically a no DQ match, or it was automatically a brawl. For him to install something like that, it's like, okay, where I come from, we don't have any rules. Where I come from, we're tough and we beat the crap out of each other until one man is left standing. That's how you prove yourself. That's how you establish yourself as a tough person and whatever. So anybody that steps in the ring with me, you better know there's no rules to hide behind. That's what I would do with Wade Barrett right now.
Whoever is behind for creating the premises of their video packages, he should be the guy writing for WWE. Or,
Fight Club thing?
Yeah, because that right there is a gimmick right there. I mean, I can understand now why the people that you're probably mentioning wanted to wear jeans, because they want to create that whole idea of Fight Club. But at the same time, you don't really need to have jeans to create that idea. Honestly, he can just come out with his wrestling gear as usual. It's just the way he carries himself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe change his music up a little bit to help fit that persona. I kind of like what you were saying about Wade Barrett. Have him establish his own rules. When you wrestle me in my match, you gotta do things my way. You know what? The more I think about it, what would be a great way to actually help establish him? Have his own kind of match. He'd make his own rules, like you was just saying with Raven. Personally, why not just do like a semi-boxing match? Kind of like, Ken Shamrock. Kind of like how we used to do it back in the Attitude Era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, honestly, that would actually work a lot better, the more I think about it.
That was the Lion's Den match, wasn't it?
Yes, it was the Lion's Den match.
There we go.
That's something that will work. That I can actually get with that. I think if he has his own match, it actually starts, making a name for himself in that match, that will actually help him. Kind of like with Chris Masters, he did with the Master Lock. He had his Master Lock challenge. You know what I'm saying?
It would be like an exhibition type thing.
There you go. I love that idea. I actually like the whole idea of Wade Barrett having his own match. That's a great idea. You can call it what would you call it? The Barrage? Something like that. I don't know.
Come to my bare knuckle basement.
The bare knuckle basement.
None of us can do a UK accent. I'm just saying.
Okay, enough. It's the Canadian and an American trying to talk British. We're not working. That's my thing. I think if anything's going to help Wade Barrett, I think the best thing is his own match.
Well, it'll give him something unique. It'll give him something to stick out. And once he's done what he needs to do to stick out, then they recess back the gimmick a little bit and he'll bring the element of that match into every match that he has. But he has to establish what that new element is. He needs to reestablish himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
He needs to give his in-ring style a personality.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. He needs to stick out a little bit more when it comes to in-ring, because I think we can both agree that Wade Barrett is lacking when it comes to the in-ring product. His character's great. It's just when it comes to him wrestling, kind of average.
See, and here's where I disagree with you again, is I think he's right on par in the ring. I just think in his style, he needs to do more in his style to make it unique. What he's doing is fantastic, in my opinion. What he was doing with Randy Orton right before he left was fantastic. But it was also, he was doing very, very well with a not-so-exciting style. If he spiced up his style, or like I said, as much as he can do to make that style uniquely him, and put in the same effort that he's doing right now with sort of the typical WWE style, I think he'd shoot to at least a world title run.
And that's what I mean. I didn't mean like the execution of his moves and stuff like that, not telling a good story. I didn't mean anything like that. I meant like that. The presentation of how he wrestles. Yeah.
I just want to see him come out one night because he's pissed off at not being taken seriously and just beat the crap out of Flaming Mayo.